In the spring of 2018, best friends and adventure vloggers Nathan Clark and Jared Moore, both 29 and seasoned wilderness explorers with over a decade of backcountry survival experience, set off on what was meant to be a 5-day documentary-style hike into an uncharted section of the Grand Canyon's Havasupai territory, where they hoped to capture never-before-seen footage of the canyon's hidden caves, rumored by local indigenous elders to be cursed or sacred, depending on who told the story. Particularly a cave known only as the Mouth of Time, a pitch-black crevice barely mentioned in any official park documents, said to be marked with symbols that predate any known civilization. The two men were last seen smiling in a selfie posted at sunrise on day 2. GPS marked 7 miles off the main trail, near a restricted area with no cell coverage. After that, no contact, no videos uploaded, and no response to ranger check-ins, sparking a full-scale search involving helicopters, tracking dogs, and heat-mapping drones. But after weeks of searching, only their campsite was found, half-packed gear, untouched food, camera batteries drained, and a strange Geiger counter that neither family could explain, left next to Nathan's pack reading 1.39 SVOH, far higher than normal radiation level for that region. With no further leads and no evidence of foul play, the case was eventually closed and the men were presumed dead, lost to a canyon fall or wild animal attack. Until in 2023, 5 years to the day, Jared Moore was found stumbling barefoot and bearded, severely malnourished, and caked in red clay, wandering the shoulder of Highway 89 nearly 120 miles from their original trailhead. Unable to explain where he'd been, dehydrated but otherwise physically intact, with a GPS tracker from their original hike strapped to his wrist, but still showing coordinates inside the restricted zone, as if he had never moved, even though he had clearly been gone for years. When questioned, Jared claimed that they had found the cave, the Mouth of Time, and that Nathan had entered first, joking that it was cooler than any myth, only for his voice to be silenced mid-sentence, like a vacuum had sucked the sound from the air. Jared followed, crawling into a chamber that he swore shifted shape behind them, and inside they found nothingness, not darkness, but the absence of time, where sound bent backwards and the air felt too thick to breathe, yet impossible to leave. He said they lost track of time instantly. Minutes felt like hours, then days, then nothing, and that Nathan started speaking in riddles, then stopped speaking altogether, staring into the walls like they were mirrors showing someone else's memories, and Jared remembered seeing shadows in the corners that didn't belong to either of them. Too tall, too still, with blinking lights where eyes should be, and that the shadows began to mimic Nathan's voice, pulling at his mind, offering to show him what the earth forgot. Jared claimed Nathan walked willingly into a split in the cave floor, repeating the phrase, "We were never alone," and then simply vanished. Jared said he tried to leave, but kept ending up in the same place, like the cave was a loop that didn't obey physics, until something whispered his name from behind a wall and said it's time. And the next thing he remembered was waking up on the road. His story was dismissed as trauma-induced psychosis until footage from one of their GoPros, recovered from the original 2018 campsite but only recently decrypted, showed both men laughing as they approached the cave. Then suddenly Jared dropping the camera and whispering, "Do you hear the voices? They sound like us." At the end of the footage, a frame-by-frame analysis revealed a silhouette standing deep in the cave, unmoving, just watching them. Tall, humanoid, with faint red lights where eyes would be, and when enhanced, a distorted version of Nathan's face flickered across the figure's outline for exactly 0.7 seconds. After media picked up Jared's return, the Park Service sealed off the area permanently, citing environmental instability, but leaked ranger documents revealed that multiple hikers had gone missing within a 2-mile radius of that site over the last 30 years, and that 3 rangers who entered the area in 2011 came back changed. One went mute, one disappeared 6 months later, and one was found dead in his cabin with the words "The cave remembers" carved into his ceiling. Jared has since disappeared from public view, moved to an undisclosed location, and his family refuses interviews. But a final message sent from his email weeks after his reappearance read, "Nathan isn't gone. Is watching from the other side. The Mouth of Time doesn't swallow people. It trades them."